Hello everybody, this is Yoko Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for, I'm the Villainess, so I'm Taming the Final Boss, Episode 3. This episode essentially is the ball that she had mentioned before, where, the prince and his new girl were going to announce their engagement. Claude ended up leaving her a dress, shoes, jewelry, all that, for her to wear to the ball. And, yeah, ignore all that in the corner. That's somebody else's stuff, and I don't have a place to put it. So sadly, at the moment, it's just sitting there. Anyway, her father escorts her to the ball, and when they get there, we come to find out that her cosmetics are only going out to a select few people, and the ones that aren't getting it are desperately trying to find out how to get in contact with them so they can get the products. So we actually found this out from, I think his name is Isaac, the one that's kind of the tsundere and I think has a thing for Eileen. Anyway, we actually find out that Lilia's missing. And they obviously think that Eileen did it. Or Cedric thinks Eileen did it. In the game, it is the Villainess who causes this. However, obviously she has not done so. And they have the evidence to prove who did the letters. And they just have to wait for her signal. And they're also waiting on Claude and Beelzebub too. Yeah, we actually find out where Lilia is at. She's in the forest where Claude's castle is and wants to speak to them. I'm like, why? And apparently she wants to help him. And it seems like she kind of knows him because she was talking about how she wants to stay by his side again or something like that. And I'm like, when did you know this guy? I mean, when did you meet him? Because as far as I know, Claude was sent away back when he was, I'm guessing, late kid age, early teens, something like that. You know that? Anyway. So, as far as I know, she shouldn't have met him. And this is where her holy sword maiden powers start to come out, because I'm guessing she unintentionally uses them on him, and it kind of messes with him, and Beelzebub tries to stop this. But Claude tells him, no, she's dangerous. Which she is. And at this point, he's telling her, you know, you're leaving. I'm not entertaining this idea. You leave. And she goes into a bit of hysterics, crying and trying to get him to see reason. And we come to find out that, yeah, she was the one who sent the letters to herself. Why? And we actually never get a reason, at least not in this episode. And yeah, he sends her away. And at first, I was like, where the heck did he send her? Because I figured maybe he sent her back to the castle. Or wherever the ball was heading. Which I'm assuming was the school. I don't know. But no, it was actually in the forest. Outside the barrier. And Prince Cedric has Eileen restrained and essentially questions her, where is Lilia? And he thinks that she essentially is still having feelings for him and wanting to get him back. I'm like, dude. She essentially told you to go screw yourself. She doesn't want you. And she tells him as much, essentially telling him that what he heard before when he told her, or when she told him, I did admire you, aka past tense means not anymore. And essentially, this guy is not liking being rejected. But thankfully, Claude and Beelzebub show up, And it comes to find out that, yeah, like I said, Lilia was the one who sent the messages. And she shows off how, because the little rose in the corner is cut out when they make the papers, and thus, if you take a piece of paper, 2 pieces of paper from the same pad of paper, the rose will line up perfectly, and if it's not, then it won't. And so they took one of the pads from her room with the paper that they had that was the letters, and they lined it up, and it matched. So essentially, she tells him, yeah, you're gonna need this. I don't know where Lily is. And, yeah, like I said, Claude showed up and asked her, did you sign the annulment of the engagement yet? And she said, not yet. And she goes and signs it. And he doesn't appear to be over her. He might claim that he is, but he doesn't like being told, yeah, go away. So, yeah, this is definitely not over yet, at least in his eyes. Obviously, it is for her, because she doesn't want anything to do with him at this point. She essentially told him as much. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. And, yeah, he just doesn't seem to be getting it through his thick skull. Anyway, at this point, Claude is being a perfect gentleman, and essentially being the perfect escort, like he said. And he takes her home afterwards, and she kind of guesses that Lilia had gone to the castle and asked him, what do you think of her? Do you think she's prettier? And he essentially tells her, I don't see her that way. I essentially think you're pretty, but she means nothing to me. Essentially saying that, yeah, I've got eyes for you. And he ends up giving her a kiss on the cheek, and when that happens, she gets I'm guessing it's a vision of what happens in the endgame, where he turns into the dragon, and she's kind of nervous because she's trying to avoid this. So, yeah. Come to find out that the reason he goes like that is because he ends up being betrayed by someone he's known since childhood. At first, I didn't put the dots together that it was Keith he was talking about, or she was talking about, but I thought it was maybe Lilia, because she acts like she knows him. So, what's the deal with that? If somebody has, like, read the light novels, or seen further into the anime and the Japanese version, let me know what you think, because I'm kind of clueless. Anyway, I'll get to work on uploading this, and I will see you all next time.